y'all, welcome to my channel Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. It is a pleasure to be with you today reading. I'm trying to step it up this week and get more readings out than I have been in the last few weeks. So I wanted to do this real quick. Yes or no pick a card reading. I did notice that the one that's out there is pretty dated. It's a few weeks old, and I tried to do one every couple of weeks because I know you guys have new questions all the time. So I keep a fresh one out there, and I thought this would be a quick thing that I could do. Most of you guys know how to how the yes or no pick a cards go, so you'll be real familiar with it. If you don't know how the pick a cards go, basically you just choose a pile that's speaking to you that you think will answer your question, and the question has to be answerable with a yes or no. Sometimes you do get a maybe, but it needs to be a yes or no question. And then I put timestamps in the description box below, and you can go directly to your reading once you've chosen it. So I have several cards laid out here underneath these numbers, and we will start with those cards, and then at the end I will pull some oracle just to finish up the readings. But I hope these will go a little more quickly, again, because I've, as I said last time, I'm really crunched for time right now, but I do want to get these readings out for you guys. All right. However you pick is the right way for you. Don't overthink it. Just make your decision. Some people pick based on the stone. Some people like one of these particular numbers, so that'll be their pile. Some people just close their eyes, and when they open their eyes, whichever one they're drawn to is the one they choose. However you do it is the right way for you. But I do want to tell you what the stones are. I actually chose these with sight today, so I'm not going to read the meanings today, but I did want to let you know which stones are on which pile. On pile 1 is a citrine. On pile 2 is a rose quartz. On pile 3, an aqua quartz. And on pile 4, amethyst. And these are all pretty bright and shiny today. So that's why I chose them. They just spoke to me. Okay, guys, just go ahead and make your choice. Which one of these piles do you think are going to answer, will answer the question that you have that can be answered with a yes or no? Again, I'll put the timestamps in the description box below, and you can go directly to your reading. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for this week's yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 1 did have the citrine on it. I did choose several cards here, and we're going to see if I have the Universal Tarot, and I also have some Herbal Tarot. We're going to see what messages Spirit's bringing through here. You got the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. 2 queens here. And for the Herbal Tarot, 4 of Wands and 9 of Cups. Okay, you guys, this is definitely a yes. This is definitely a yes to marriage. You have 2 cards of marriage here. You have the 4 of Wands, which is a lot of times indicates a celebration around the home. But it's definitely an indication of a happy home. And that, along with the Hierophant, which is the priest, actually, is who this guy is, a lot of times will indicate that a marriage is happening, or some kind of, doesn't have to be a literal marriage. I do include like just living together with a mate as a marriage. Then you got the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfilling. So if you guys are asking about a relationship and you want to know if you think it might lead to something serious, the answer is yes. If you want to know if you're making a decision, we do have a couple of people here, and they're both queens, so you may be, regardless of whether you're male or female, you do have, it looks to me like an option here. And so the Queen of Wands is it's minor arcana for Leo, first of all. But Leo is a fire sign. So this queen is just kind of the coolest queen ever, really. She's kind of has it all. She's very good with business, but she's also very good with relationships. She's really got her stuff together. She could probably run a small country if she wanted to, because she's just really smart and passionate and enthusiastic, and just really got her stuff together. Very adventurous, very action-oriented, this queen. This queen is associated with the air signs. Actually, for me, it's Virgo. It's minor arcana for Virgo. But it's also associated with the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, because the swords are associated with the air signs. So this queen is very intelligent, mental, communicative, idealistic, really whip smart, not afraid to cut people out of her life if they no longer serve her. And I hate to put it that way, but it's kind of like, okay, she knows when situations are starting to get bad, and she will just cut it out of her life. Okay, so don't read the feminine in it too much, because these could be men that we're talking about here that have those energies, or it could be women that have those energies that are around you. It looks like maybe some of you are making a choice between someone who is a fire sign, Leo, someone who is a Virgo or air sign. And so what this is telling me is that since this is a yes, it's definitely a yes, you will be able to figure out which one is going to be the right person for you, whether it's the adventurous or the mental and idealistic. Okay, so let's see what else this could be a yes to. It could be a yes to buying a house. It could be, actually it's a yes to whatever it is that you are wishing for. This is the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. So whatever you have been putting out there into the universe that you would like to manifest, it looks like that is happening. It will happen for you. It is yes to this major arcana, the Hierophant here, first of all, is major arcana for Taurus. So Taurus might play into your situation here. It is Taurus. It is still Taurus season too. So that might be why we're getting this card. But it is also about institutions, churches, schools, hospitals, big organizations. It's that kind of thing. It's those big institutions. And it talks about a traditional approach to things. So if your question is about one of those things, about getting a job maybe in one of those institutions, whether it be a hospital, a church, it could be a church, or a big organization, then this reading is a yes to that. It's a yes to making the right choice between two people, but it's also a yes to having the clarity that you need to choose. I'm gonna get some clarifiers on these people real quick. I'm gonna see the Queen of Wands. Why is this Queen of Wands here? Tell me about this Queen of Wands. The Hierophant again. And tell me about this Queen of Swords. Tell me about that. Queen of Swords. This popped out too. This is a decision. You are at an impasse about two people. Okay, I got some more clarity about these two people. Definitely do not have to be women, but they can be women. So it's just the energies that we're talking about here. We're talking about the energy of maybe an entrepreneurial, adventurous person. and a idealistic, mental, communicative kind of person. Since you got the Hierophant again, I think some people are looking to get married, and they're looking to decide which person might be better marriage material. One of them you love, the other one is stable and solid and you think might be marriage material. So you're at a little bit of an impasse here about which relationship to pursue. But this being a yes tells me that you get the clarity that you need to make that decision. Whichever one you daydream about, that's the one. Whichever one that you put your when you put your wish out there, you know how we've all made those lists, you know. We've all made those lists when we're single of the ideal mate. It's that one. Which one of these people fits that list best? That's the one. That's for you guys who cannot decide, who are trying to make a decision between two people. I think a lot of you already know, and you're asking, this is for some of you, but I think some of you already have your mate and you're wanting to pursue a relationship with that person. You're asking the question, could it lead to something serious? Could it be the one? Could it lead to marriage? That kind of thing. Your answer is yes. And this could absolutely, definitely be if you're looking to buy a house and that's your wish, that's your desire, this happiness around the home, and even with this institution like a bank coming through with the money and your wish is to have your own house, that's definitely a yes in this reading. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to get final messages from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, just see if there's any final message for you guys. What else do you have? What final message do you have for pile 1? Messages for pile 1. Oracle, wait for important information. There's some clarity that's coming through on this for you guys who are having trouble making this decision. Some clarity is coming in, so just wait for it. That sword tells me this, and this tells me you're getting some clarity on this situation. You're missing some important information. Don't rush it. You have plenty of time, but you will get the information that you need. And I think I might, if I were you, look back at your list, that list that you made of your ideal mate at one time. We've all done it. So the last question I have is, what does pile 1 need to do, if anything? What action does pile 1 need to take? Let's see what we got here. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. This is a big, exciting relationship for you guys. It takes you places, for sure. Maybe even some serious travel. It's not just about, it's a wonderful relationship, and it looks very healthy and happy and fruitful, and definitely surrounded around the home, which may be raising kids and all of that, having that nuclear family and all of that situation. But it's more than that. It really takes you out there into the world and broadens your horizons. You guys might travel together. Get ready for some excitement, because it comes along with this relationship. Congratulations, you guys. All right, that's all I have for pile 1. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Okay, welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no. Pick a card. Pile 2 did have that rose quartz on it. So I do have some cards here to get started, and I'm going to just start pulling them out and see if we can get a definitive yes or no. Sometimes it is a maybe, I will tell you that, but we'll see what we got here. You got the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun in the Universal Waite Tarot. And then I pulled just another couple Herbal Tarot just to see what else we could get. And you got the Two of Pentacles and the King of Swords. This is definitely a yes. Anytime you get the Sun in a yes or no pick a card reading, that is always a yes. You also have some pretty happy other cards here. You've got this Ten of Pentacles, which can mean money. It can mean an inheritance. It can mean prosperity. You also have this Four of Pentacles over here, which indicates financial stability. So money may have something to do with your question. And if it does, your answer is definitely yes. The money's coming in. Maybe you've been having to balance things. You've been juggling Rob and Paul to pay Peter a little bit. You've been having to balance your finances. It's been a little bit of a struggle. Been worried a little bit about money. That Nine of Swords is staying up at night worrying. This is saying don't worry anymore. The money's coming in. Stability is coming in. Maybe you're asking about a job. You're definitely going to get the job. And it does offer you a good foundation financially in the material things, food, clothing, shelter, that kind of thing. You got this Knight of Pentacles over here. Oh, sorry, King of Swords over here. And the King of Swords for me is minor arcana for Libra. But both of these cards kind of indicate balance to me. Libra is all about justice, and if you remember that justice card, it has the scales on it. Libras are always weighing the pros and the cons. They can see both sides of a situation. So I'm getting a real strong message of balance here, having to maintaining your equilibrium and your balance is going to be really important in this situation for whatever reason. But boy, is it coming in. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It means great joy. It means breaking free from the past and moving forward to a beautiful, happy, joyous life. So again, if you have been kind of going through it a little bit financially, you are breaking free from that and you're moving forward. If you're asking about the job or something like that, this King of Swords could be maybe somebody that's going to offer you a job. Can also be a timing situation. So the end of September, beginning of October is the Libra time frame. So maybe that is when you will start feeling the stability. Maybe you get an inheritance. Some money comes in. This is big money. This is a lot of money. This is a 10. So the 10s are always, all of these suits start out with the ace and they end with the 10. So the last one, the 10, is always the culmination of all of that. It's like the highest blessing here, the highest financial blessing that you can get. If you are just kind of asking about, because this Ten of Pentacles can talk about generations of family too. So if things have been a little bit unbalanced and you've been having some struggles with your family, so you are asking about whether there's some healing there that's coming in, that's an absolute yes too. It's a yes for finding some clarity in a situation that you've been worried about. That sword of truth right there is also, the swords are mental. That always in their head, very logical, very smart. So this might be an older gentleman who, first of all, has a lot of integrity, but is also very smart and can help you find clarity in your situation so that you can come to this. So you can come to this great financial place. maybe teaching you how to balance your checkbook and save money for the future. I mean, we all know about how to balance our checkbook, right? But do we do it? Not really much anymore, do we? So listen, that's what I'm getting for pile 2. So I'm just going to get one final message here from the angels and ancestors to kind of finish up this reading for pile 2. Let's get one final message for pile 2. Regardless, whatever your question is, it's definitely a yes. All right, final message for pile 2. Autumn, release the old and rest. That kind of goes along with this timing that I was looking at here, late September, early October. I think something happens in the autumn. I think this money comes in, the stability comes in. You feel the stability in the autumn. You can really see it happening. Like maybe it's starting to take shape now, and you're kind of more in this worry and juggling kind of place. But by the autumn, that you have broken free from this situation, and everything is looking really good. All right, the last thing that I want to know from the Sacred Traveler is what pile 2 needs to do, if anything, what action you need to take. I think this is asking you also to release the worry. I think this 9 of Swords is a lot of worry and staying up at night and that, but it's a lot of times it's all in your head. So this is asking you to kind of release that so you can move forward into this much more abundant place. Worry becomes a creation. That's the sad part about it. I'm not judging because I'm the worst worrier. I try so hard not to do it, but when you're a mental person, when you're in this place, when you're an air sign, it's hard not to be in your head all the time. Sorry about that interruption. Okay, so yeah, when you are an air sign, it is hard not to worry and be in your head all the time, but this is saying please try to release that and to rest and to put your desires out into the universe, and you will be able to break free from the past. Okay, so for the Sacred Traveler, just what action does pile 2 need to take, if any? What does pile 2 need to do? Let's see what we can get here. Rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. Okay, that's 2 messages of releasing the past. Releasing the old and resting, clearing the past, and healing the present. I think you guys have got some work to do before you can move forward into this super abundant and happy place. See what it is that you need to release, what it is that you need to let go of, what it is that you're worrying about that is keeping you up at night. Write it down. I mean, you can't go to sleep anyway, so if you got worries in your head, get up and write it down. And then think about doing a full moon release. I usually do that every full moon. I'll write down what it is I want to release, what I've been worried about for the month or whatever. I put it in a pot, I burn it out in the moonlight, and I just let it go. And that's it. That's all I do. Just say a prayer, say thank you for releasing this from me so that I can move forward. And there's also... This card is also a message about getting into water and how water can be very healing for you. And that includes going for a swim. It can include just even getting in the shower. It can include playing out in the rain. If you can get around water and let it cleanse you and heal you, go to the ocean if you can. That's always the best for me. Just let the water wash over you, and it'll wash your cares away. All right, that's all I have for pile 2. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no pick a card. Pile 3 did have the Aqua or Quartz on it. So I have some universal Waite cards here, and I also have a couple of Herbal tarots, and I just pulled these to get us started to see if we can figure out if this is going to be a yes or no. I will tell you sometimes it is a maybe. So you got the Hanged Man, you got the Six of Cups, and the Temperance card in the universal Waite. In the Herbal Tarot, you got the King of Pentacles, and you got the Knight of Cups. So, I hate to say this, but this is a maybe. You got a couple cards of a maybe here. This Temperance card, Major Arcana for Sagittarius, but it's usually a card of alchemy. If you notice that she's this archangel, which may be Gabriel, is just pouring water back and forth between these two cups. That just to me is very much indicating a maybe. You also got the Hanged Man here. This is not necessarily a maybe, but it is a card of a timeout. It's like being in suspended animation and not knowing what direction to go in. So you take a timeout to look at things from a new perspective. That's kind of the meaning of this card. With this being here in this Temperance card, I just feel like it's not time right now to know. It's a maybe for right now. You don't know which way it's going to go. You might not have enough perspective to know which way it's going to go, actually. So what's it a maybe to? One thing, you might be asking if someone's going to come back to you and offer something to you in the way of romance. Someone from your past, someone that you've been in a relationship with before. It could be a Gemini. That's my minor arcana for Gemini, but it's also, the pentacles are also associated with the earth signs. So you could be talking about a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Whoever it is, this is an older gentleman who's very practical and grounded and down to earth, mental, communicative, idealistic. So it's kind of, because it is a Gemini for me, it's kind of a balance between those two things, the earth signs and the air sign. It doesn't have to be an older gentleman. It could just be someone that's very practical, stable, down to earth, and maybe good with communication, which may make them a communications professional or a PR professional or a marketing professional, someone that's good at talking or maybe even good at writing, but expressing ideas and thought. It's that kind of part. It's someone's good at expressing. I do feel like that you guys, some of you are wanting someone to come back to you, someone that you had a relationship with in the past. You want them to offer you romance. And it's not, for whatever reason, we don't get to know right now whether that's going to happen or not. It is definitely a maybe. Regardless of whether your question was about someone coming back to you from your past, and that's just going to be for some of you, that's not going to be for everybody, the answer is still a maybe. And the reason it's a maybe is because you don't have enough perspective. There's still information out there that you do not know. Some of you literally have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, so you may not even know yourself whether you want something, whatever it is you're asking for, or not. So I think you have to get clear. That's what needs to happen. You have to get clear on what it is that you want. There might be some clues, though, in your past. Like, can you go to something that you loved, and maybe something that you loved in the past, and find some answers about whether you really want this thing that you're asking about or not? because that's what has to happen here for this to turn to a yes or to turn to a no. You have to get clear on what it is that you want. And since it's just a maybe, that's not giving us a lot of information, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. You've got to get clear before. Once you decide what it is that you want for real, and you know for real that that is what you want, it will happen. It will happen whichever way you want it to, by the way. All right, so just to finish this up, I want to get some final messages from angels and ancestors, whatever wants to come through for this maybe we got going on the board here. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about this maybe? So this popped out. I usually cut these cards, but I'm going to go ahead and take this. Maybe I think it's a special message for some of you. It's Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. If maybe some of you are trying to get pregnant or give birth to an idea or something, this is saying that this is coming to you, whatever it is that you need to give birth to, or if you want a child, it's going to come. But you need to feel loved and comforted wherever you are right now, whether you're pregnant or not. If you want to be pregnant, whether you're pregnant or not right now, you need to feel the love that is around you. I think this is asking you to have faith, actually, mostly is what it's asking you to do. Have faith. All right. So, final messages. You are being protected in this situation, and quite frankly, that might be why the answer is not so clear right now. It's birthing. It's gestating right now. All the elements are not together enough for it to happen. So I think you're being asked to find peace in the patient, in the waiting. Find peace in the waiting, having patience. Okay, I like this because I think it goes back to this. See if you can go back to find whatever it was that you loved. And usually in your childhood is where you find those things, where you find your answers. Before all the problems started, what did you love? Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So those are both of those very beautiful cards for this. Nobody likes to get a maybe. It's so, well, some people are okay with just being patient and just trusting that the universe is orchestrating everything in divine timing, and that they're just really good at being at peace in the not knowing. I'm not so good at that. I like to know where I'm going. I want to know my next steps. I'm getting better at it because I've had to. But I feel like that is definitely your message here, is to listen to your soul, go within, find that which you love. How do you feel about it? What do you want? And then I think when you find that, quite frankly, it's already out there. It's already, the universe has already pulled together all the cooperative components for you to give birth to all of your ideas, for you to have that which you desire. You just need to get connected to it again. Connect with your soul again and your soul's desire, and it's there for you. Okay, from the Sacred Traveler, I just want to know if there's anything that pile 3 needs to do, or any action that pile 3 needs to take. So pile 3 need to do, or what action do they need to take, if anything? Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. Nice. Yeah, man. These are all very, very beautiful, magical cards. And quite frankly, although this is a maybe, these cards look beautiful to me too. This looks like a very rich reading here. Follow the voice of your soul. Follow your bliss. Believe in the magic. You had a desire when you were a kid. You put that desire out to the universe. It's been gone. It's been lost. It's been gone for a while. But go back there to look for your answers and what it was that you wanted, and believe that it can happen, because it can. And then once you get clear on that, your maybe becomes a yes. Or a no, whichever suits you, depending on how you ask the question, right? Okay, that's all I have for pile 3. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 4 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. So pile 4 did have the amethyst on it, sparkly amethyst, rough cut. I chose some universal Waite tarot and some herbal tarot to get us started, to just see if I can figure out if we're dealing with a yes or a no here. So you got the Devil, the 8 of Swords, Judgment, in the Herbal Tarot you got the 9 of Swords, you got Judgment again, and you got the Page of Swords. Okay, this is no. In fact, you guys are I'm picking up some serious stuck energy here. You do have the Devil, which is a lot of times talks about being stuck. It can talk about, addictions, and addiction can be anything. You could be addicted to food, you can be addicted to a person, you can be addicted to drugs. But it's basically just what is keeping you stuck. You can have attitudes that keep you stuck about things, not believing in yourself. That's the devil. That's all a lie, right? The devil tries to convince you that you do not deserve something, or you don't have any way to get out of this situation. And I can see that you kind of feel like you don't have a way out. This 8 of Swords talks about that. It talks about being in an energy of feeling stuck, like there is no way out, and you cannot see a way out. She literally has a blindfold on, and she's tied up here. But if honestly, if she would take that blindfold off, she would see there is a way out of here. Those swords do not go completely around her. She could just walk right out if she would take the blindfolds off. She would also realize that these silk sashes that are tying her up, they're very loosely tied. She can get out of this, but she does not see the way out. And this 9 of Swords is a card of a lot of worry, of being in your head, up late at night worrying about something or multiple things. Now, I will say this about the 9 of Swords. A lot of times the problems are in your head. It's kind of in your head. You're kind of, a lot of times making problems for yourself. So that's why I say you are not stuck. You feel stuck. You cannot see a way out of the situation that you're in, whatever that situation is for you guys. But you are absolutely not stuck. You can get out. So that's where this Page of Swords comes in, and this is actually good news. Pages are always messengers. The Page of Swords is like some unexpected news that's coming in that I think helps you get out of this situation. It provides some clarity for you. He's got that sword of clarity, the sword of truth, the answers. Minor arcana for Taurus, but really kind of associated with the air signs, who are very mental and they're very communicative. So the Page of Swords is definitely talking about a communication that is coming into you that helps you see how you can get out of this situation. I could be email. I feel like it's going to be written for some of you, written communication that comes in. But not for all of you. And here's another thing about this Page of Swords. He's holding that knife ready to strike, which means once he figures out what the truth is, once he finds the clarity, once he gets the information to figure out how to get out of this situation, he's ready to cut off anything that is keeping him stuck. And that's really, really good news for you guys. So anytime you get the same card twice in a reading, it's just reiterating that message. And the Judgment card is all about waking up to life. Clearly, you've kind of been missing it a little bit. Life is happening around you. You are, for whatever reason, in this bad place, in this, maybe going through a dark night of the soul, maybe just in a bad marriage, maybe in a business that you has been over for a long time, like you're not making any money at it, maybe at a job that is miserable for you. Whatever that is for you, maybe you are stuck in some kind of addictive cycle, whether that be person, place, or thing, some kind of addiction. Whatever that is for you, you are finding a way through, and you're breaking free, and you're coming back to life. And this is kind of a message too. It is a wake-up call. You're getting a wake-up call here. This is Archangel Gabriel sounding the trumpet. Wake up. You're kind of missing it. Life is passing you by. There's so much to do out there. There are amazing things to see. There are amazing things to do. Don't let your passion for life or your ability to go out there and enjoy your life be hampered by whatever this thing is. It is time to cut it off, whatever it is. It's going to be different for all of you. It is time to take that knife and just sever it from your life so that you can wake up and go out there and live. Okay, so I'm just going to get some final messages from the angels and ancestors on this. I think it's very clear. It's absolutely a no. And but good things are coming. Good things are coming for you. You're getting some clarity, and you're getting some ideas on how to let that go, so that you can get out there and start enjoying your life again. All right, so just final words of wisdom from the angels and ancestors oracle. Let's see what we can get. Final words of wisdom. You got broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Yeah, you need some peace. This is wearing you down. You will have to find some peace with this, but I would say after you're out of this situation, then you will embrace the energy of peace in your life. Peace will come into your life, and maybe with the person, maybe with, even this person that's kind of dragging you down, this person you've been fighting with, this person that's negative all the time, that is bullying you. That's just for some of you. Major arcana for Capricorn, by the way. Earth signs here. Taurus, Capricorn. So there's a lot of earth over here. We are in Taurus season, so that could indicates some answer comes to you before the season is over. So I will also say this, Earth energy is very grounded, practical, and stable. So maybe you're just stuck to a way of life that is very, very boring, and you need to break free and get out there and enjoy your life more. All right, this last thing I want to get is from the Sacred Traveler. What does pile 4 need to do? If anything, what action do they need to take? For pile 4, what do they need to do? Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. That kind of surprises me a little bit, because I actually would have thought this pile, out of any of them, really needs to shake it up. Like, but maybe this piece, maybe you need to get out of maybe this situation is louder than it looks. Maybe it's not stuck energy. Maybe it's bad energy. Maybe somebody is bullying you, or maybe you're in, or like they're controlling you or something. You need to get out of this situation, find some peace, go within, and in the solitude you'll find the right answers of how you're going to wake up to life again. I am just being compelled, being asked to pull you guys a Sedona Oracle card. So I'm going to go with that urge, with that nudge from Spirit to get you a Sedona Oracle card to finish this up. Maybe because it feels, it's not the most pleasant of readings, but let's see what the Sedona deck has to say to you guys. One last card for pile 4 from the Sedona. Sugarloaf, allow love. Wow, I honestly think this is for you, that you need to allow love in your life. You need to love yourself so that you can get out of this situation. But I will read what this actually says. Sugarloaf. All right. These are real short, so I will read it. This giant loaf shape of smooth red rock rising from the surrounding rock and juniper has a gentle, softly pulsing heart energy. Allow it to gently wrap around you and fill you. Remember and appreciate all the soft, gentle energies that surround you in your life. Allow yourself to be loved and to accept love. So to me, that's just like a hug coming down from the universe. That's saying that you are being helped, you are loved as you go through this process. It's not going to be easy, but focus on the love that is around you and let that embrace you as you go within and find some peace and some healing from this situation, so that you can wake up to life, because you're kind of missing it a little bit right now. Okay, that's all I have for pile 4. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.